Hello everyone. For today's video I'm going to show you a little bit of the work I've been doing on the game. I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay. It's pretty rough still, but you will get an idea of more or less how the game is going to play. As you know, I'm using the MoreMountains top-down engine for Unity. And well, I had some little problems using it, but I will show you what I did to fix it. Maybe there's a more elegant way to do it. Probably I will implement it in the future, but maybe you're having trouble with the same thing and it can help you. Right, well, let me show you. This is what I've been working on. I have a little test level. Right now I'm using Henrietta, the character. When you're using this engine, well, it has a level manager and you have to select what character you want to use. For example, here I have Henrietta, that's the character that I'm working on. And I developed some weapons. Well, let me show you a little bit of gameplay and then I show you what I did to make it work better. Right, here's a little bit. I'm just gonna make it larger. Right. Well, this is the game world. The stages are gonna be more or less like this. You can move around in all directions. These are gonna be some walls that you cannot pass. There are hedges. You're gonna have a little like dodge. It's a roll, but I haven't implemented the animation. Right now it just lunges forward, if you see. That will help you dodge, and that's it. But right now what you can do is you can pick up weapons and automatically you equip them. I don't have an animation for the gun yet, so it just floats there. It's a water gun, and well, you can use it to attack the enemies. For example, this one I can sneak up on him. Oh, damn, they start to attack you. They don't have a death animation, so they just stay there dead and push them around. Shoot at them even if they're dead. There's another one here. This one is like patrolling the area. If he sees you, well, he starts to chase you. I can run away and he returns to patrolling, and then you can get rid of him. There's other weapons. It's a house. Later I will implement something you can open it and see what's inside, maybe a person to save. Have the inventory here. The layout is temporary. Let's try the bat. You can attack in all 4 directions. Right now I'm putting some fences on the level, but maybe later I will block them in a more elegant way. You have idle 4 directions, like if you stay here, like that. I need to add a shadow to her so it doesn't look like she's floating around, and to the enemies too. I need to attack him before he hits me. Check. If you check, I'm almost dying. Then I equip the gun. Probably I'm gonna implement a hotkey for that. This made this acting funky. It appears in front of me. This one is okay. The tree also is working correctly, except for the gun. The gun needs some tweaking. I think there's one more enemy. Oh shit. Damn. Well, that more or less that's the game. You can die pretty fast. Crap. Yeah, the gun is better for them because they are pretty aggressive. You need to get rid of them before they see you. Alright. Well, one issue I was having was with the melee weapons. As you know, well, if you're using this engine, the melee weapons, like let's say a bat, let's say these ones, well, they have some directions to aim. I'm gonna move this here. Probably you cannot see it in this way. Okay, let me just stretch it out. Right. If you check here, you have the weapon, and we have this little thing that is weapon aim, and it helps you aim where you're moving. You have the primary movement, strict info directions, etc. Everything was nice and dandy. If you check the scene, let me see. No, I need to add Henrietta to the scene. Let me see, guys. I'm just gonna add her here, just in the level. Right, just so you can see her. If you add a weapon, let's say the bat, this is the hitbox, and it flips around whenever it is. So what I did was I removed the problem was that when I added the weapon, when he picked up the weapon, the animations played all flipped. They flipped around. Let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna probably add it manually. Well, I'm just gonna set. The problem was that if you have that weapon and if you want to attack in all four directions, the animations on the weapon, they flip because they are part of the weapon itself, and the weapon is flipping in all four directions. If you remove the flipping, the animations play correctly, but you won't attack in all four directions. So what I did is just added a little script. It's called model touch, and it's pretty easy. It's just you have to add a public game object, weapon model, and just set it in the inspector in the prefab, and you instantiate the weapon model, new vector tree, the position, transfer position X, position Y, position C, identity, and where at the end you will put where, and it's in the parent. The parent of the bat is gonna be the weapon attachment, and that's where it's gonna be the animator model. Let me show you on the game. I'm just gonna move this guy. I'm just gonna move him to the start. Here it will be okay. I think I moved only the sprite for whatever reason. Alright, just gonna pause it. Let's check Henrietta. Here she is. The weapon attachment. Here's the bat, and here's the model. It attaches it automatically when she grabs it. So I put that on the start method. The only thing is, after you attach the weapon needs to grab the animator. So I have to add another little script. This one to the weapon. It's a little more complex. Maybe I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more elegant, without so many strings and stuff like that. But let's see. What I did is add an animator, the animator of the weapon, the game object that is the player. In this case, it's gonna be the character that grabs the weapon. The animator player is the animator of the character that grabs the weapon. The game object is the weapon object, and the dad is the parent of the object. The weapon itself, a weapon name, and a tag name. I think I'm not using this anymore. This was for an old use, so I'm just gonna delete those. I don't need them. Checking the start, what I do is just get the component animator of the weapon, then get the transform that form. That's a private one, and it equals to our parent's transform. That will be the weapon handler. Then in the dad, that is the parent, it will be equal to that form, that is transform. First I need to grab the transform so I can use the game object to the game object itself. And then the animator player, that will be the character. I will use the that is the game object, that is the parent, and just get component parent animator. Right. So with that I have the animator. So I can check the direction. This is because the animator of the parent contains the direction that is pointing, and I wanted to have the same direction without having to calculate again. I'm using this here in direction control, the bottom one, this one. I just check, because the weapon has a float that is horizontal direction, I just get it to have the same as the parent, so they are always looking the same way. And the other one that was the problem was that the weapon didn't have the animator. So what I do is, first, if the weapon is not null, I just return. Right? So if I already have a weapon, I don't need to do it. But if I don't have a weapon, what I do is weapon is equal that get component in children melee weapon. So one of the children, that is the weapon, you're gonna get it. Then you get the weapon, add animators, and you just initialize the weapon. So it gets all the parameters correct. And with that, the weapon now can point in all directions without having to be in the same prefab as the weapon. You can have the model and the prefab separate, and they will still work correctly. Alright, and that's it. I made a little, like I was modifying on play mode, and it made a bunch of errors, but with this it's okay. Now you can grab the weapon and just attack the general direction. There's only a bug that if I'm moving, it does the weapon animation, but not the character animation. So I'm just gonna fix that later. Alright, well, that will be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of gameplay of the game. In the next things I'm gonna do is add a multiplayer, the characters that you can rescue. And well, that will be all for this video. See you in the next one. Remember to like and subscribe to App's newsletter if you want to stay up to date in the new information. So see you around.